A very special night. Tonight is the Cockrill Middle School send-off concert, and this is the performance before our Midwest performance in Chicago on Wednesday morning at 10:45. Before we get started, can you give these kids on stage a great round of applause? And we have some extra special guests tonight. We have several returning members from last year's 8th grade class. They are currently 9th graders, and they're sitting in the VIP section up here. Can you guys stand up for me? Telling some of them earlier, when you guys are done with the concert, we have a very, we wanted to make sure you get one of the long sleeve Midwest white t-shirts, and we should have enough for you guys. And we'll have you backstage. Miss Winter will be back there to help you, and it'll be a nice little memento. Your names are on the back, and we wanted to make sure you guys all got one of those as well. Before we get started, I'm gonna give you a few reminders because this is the first time I get to see you. Maybe some of the times of last time I get to see you before we start moving for this trip to Chicago. So bear with me. I know this is in an email for several of you, but I have to go over some of this information, and I'm gonna give some special thanks here in just a little bit. Please remember tomorrow that the students need to bring their garment bag with their concert black all inside. Between 7:30 and 8:15, we're going to load the truck. We might even be here before that. All reeds, mouthpieces, slide grease, and valve oil should be taken out of the case. All water should be completely empty from each brass instrument. All woodwinds should be swabbed out thoroughly. If you haven't checked the weather, it's going to be really cold in Chicago, and the last thing we want are frozen valves because we didn't empty the water. So just the kids know, just remind them. Remember to also bring your complete concert black attire inside a clearly labeled garment bag so that we can load it on the truck tomorrow morning as well. Please include your shoes as well, and they can also put their Phantom of the Opera outfit on there so that it stays nice and clean. They'll just have to put it back in their suitcase on the way home. Tomorrow afternoon between 5 and 6:30, this is what your child needs to bring. Attached form for over-the-counter medicine permission form, prescription medicine with exact number of pills for the trip, labeled in a Ziploc bag inside the original pharmaceutical container with instructions. Each parent will fill out a yellow form that will accompany the prescription medicine. Also bring your suitcase and we will weigh that in the band hall tomorrow as well. Now I get to this is a really cool experience standing out here and looking at so many of you. I see alumni, I see parents, I see friends, I see family. It's almost reminding me of like my wedding night, and it's just a special night here. And I just can't say how cool this is, and we really appreciate you all being here. I wanted to say we are incredibly humbled and honored to perform for you guys tonight. This was a huge deal. They took 4 middle school bands in the nation, and all happened to be from Texas. But we remember that day vividly. When I got the notification that we got the invite to Midwest, I freaked out, went in the office, I jumped up and down a little bit, I walked out of the room, the kids go, "What, are the Rangers winning?" I said, "Yes, they're winning." It was the opening day, and I got to tell them, and their responses were so sweet. They were just respectful of one another. The 8th graders were a little sad last year because they knew that they wouldn't be able to go on this trip. And the 7th graders were very happy, but also very respectable. It was the quietest clap I've ever heard. And it was so cute. But ultimately, we all respected one another, and we understood the 8th graders did their job, which was establish a legacy that was going to move forward. And these kids on stage took that and ran with it. I want to tell you that once we actually start performing, I'm not going to say anything in between the pieces because when we go to Chicago, we're going to play the program straightforward. So I'm getting all that out of the way right now. Special thanks to the McKinney ISD administration and staff who have supported us. They have gone above and beyond in helping us out financially and just supportively for this trip. We can't thank you enough. Also the Cockrill Middle School administration and staff, we are blessed to have you here. Cockrill Middle School teachers, the best of the best. You guys inspire us every day. Thank you so much for being here tonight and celebrating these kids on stage. I also want to say special thanks to our wonderful Cockrill band staff. members both present and past, Matt Hart, Robin Winter, Michael Reed, Ken Moses, for always taking care of not only these incredible students, but also taking care of me. And I also want to thank our incredible student teacher this year, Mr. Ben Cordell, as well, for really helping us out. We have some amazing sponsors that have helped us out, and I want to make sure to give them their due diligence. I'm going to ask them to stand, if that's all right. Are Della and Bob Best here? Are they here? Would you be willing to stand? There they are right there. They are our micro sponsors. Please give them a round of applause. And I know we have several sponsors. I know Buchanan Orthodontics. We just had so many companies just really help us out. And I'm going to go ahead and just read them all out loud. If they're here, they can stand. Buchanan Orthodontics, Crest Cadillac, Encore Wire, Frisco Jazz Band, Mary Harper, Brookmade Music Company, Pepware, Troy Foster Photography, Williamson Music First, Capstone Gifted Services, Caroline Nussbaum Music Company, Dr. Bill Chang, The Guitar Sanctuary, Longmire Realty, Music and Arts, Waterview Dentistry, Wizenette Properties. If they're here, just give them a round of applause. I want to thank my amazing wife, Brittany, and our two adorable children, Olivia and Josh. Sorry. It takes time to do these kind of things, but I'm so supportive. They're so supportive of me, and my kids are awesome. And I will tell you this. Now you got me choked up. 5 o'clock every day. Once my section was done, 5:15, I'm out the door, because I got to pick up my son from daycare. There are many horror stories about their band directors who are, there till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. And while I love these kids, their legacy is at home. And we always have to remember that. I love my job, but I love my family more. And so I'm so thankful to have such support from them at home. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my mom for always being my biggest cheerleader. She always tried to push me to do what I was passionate in. And being born with hearing loss, wearing hearing aids when I was 6 years old, being told that music was probably something I shouldn't get into. Luckily, I'm stubborn, and I said, I'll show you. And she was always my biggest supporter. I also want to thank my wonderful stepfather, Bob, for loving my mother the way she always deserved to be loved. So, can we give them a round of applause? Sorry, I only have a few more. My incredible mentors and friends, many who I see here tonight, you've helped shape the person I am today. I'm truly honored to be standing on the stage looking at so many people that I love and admire. Also, I want to especially thank Melody M. Mallow and Brian Merrill for sharing your wisdom with us and joining us on this grand stage. Can we give them a round of applause? The wonderful parents of Cockrill Middle School, I am indebted to each of you for your unwavering support of our program. Your children carry themselves with such maturity and poise, and that is a direct reflection of the character you have instilled in each of them. The members of the symphonic band, concert band, and beginner band constantly push themselves to get better every single day. The performance tonight is a reflection of our entire program, both present and past, and not just the students sitting on the stage. The 8th grade class of 2016, the Trailblazers, the most selfless group of students that I've ever had the privilege of working with. Tonight's performance is our gift to you as we carry the torch that was blazed by your leadership. And finally, the members of the 2016-17 Honor Band that you see on stage. They have been relentless in their preparation for the Midwest Clinic, and I cannot be more proud of how far they've come in such a short amount of time. This journey has been so much fun, and the end result is just the icing on the cake. The juice is definitely worth the squeeze. Thank you.